Hey guys, our decline here, average picker. So, the things I do for a video. So we've got Bumpy Road, and this is put together by LateNightLockPicker, and it's about 3 a.m. Almost. We're closing in on 3 a.m. So seems like a appropriately late enough night pick to be picking a lock by LateNightLockPicker. So we will see what we can get here. And reset it. So yeah, I'm quite tired. It's a pretty long day at work. So I don't know how talkative I'm going to be as I try to do this. Oh, okay, so we've fallen into a bit of a false. So I'm just going to look for... And there we go. It ended on the first pin. Alright, now this... Let me adjust the camera here. This lock did come with a note from Fast Charlie. And it says, for fun after picking and gutting it, flip over drivers 2 and 4. Just don't turn it counterclockwise at all after flipping them. There are construction holes. The spring cover will slide off if needed. No worries about getting caught in the construction hole if you pick it as it is. And we did pick counterclockwise, actually. So yeah, here we go. Bumpy Road by LateNightLockPicker. And there's our bidding. Almost a kind of Bill Bacardi-esque bidding there. I guess he's sort of known for those ups and downs. So let's try the key out, right? We know it's going to work. Oh gosh, that is really smooth. I have to do an update on that key cutting I did the other day. I did finalize the lock, and then I kind of flubbed it when putting it together. So I got a little bit of repair to do, but I did add a 6th pin. The key is not near as smooth as this one. I wish it was. Part of it is I stuck a couple spiky pins in there, and I never seem to get those work very smoothly, but I do get them to work. Let's grab the follower. Fit. Yep. There we go. Oh, that was almost a little accident. Okay, so starting with 5. Oh, 5 is crazy. It looks more like a cartoonish barbell. I guess we would call it a spool. God, does that come in half? That's crazy to see that. And we got a serrated in 4 that kind of reduces in diameter. 3 is surprisingly a standard. A couple serrations on 2. And a couple serrations on 1. Oh, it almost slid out. All right. I'm tired, guys. Okay, wow. Okay, we have almost no spring almost on 1. It's a little serrated guy. Yeah, there's a spring in there. It looks like about a half spring. And we do have threading in chamber 1 there. 2 is the same way. Okay, so 2 is actually... This is one of those pins Charlie was talking about. I see what he means. It was dug down into the spring. We'll take a look at that. Keep in mind, Charlie mentioned 2 and 4. I'll show you what's going on with those. For I'm gonna pull the springs. At least a couple of them. They do all look like they're. I think that spring jumped on me. All right, let's go back and let's go ahead and pull 5. And 5, we've got a spool. So 4 may have come out incomplete. There's a pin and pin, maybe? Let me see. Anyway, you know, I just realized I'm completely blocking the pins. I'm going to go ahead and dump these springs. Look for the one that jumped. Oh, there it is right there. We'll get the camera flipped around and let's take a look at this. Okay, so I actually misspoke when I said one had a half spring in it. A lot of the springs were just compressed against the threading. And if we look at the chambers, you can see we've got chambers 1, 2, and 4 threaded, and we've got a spring on my tweezers there. And then we've got chamber 3, and it's kind of bored out a little bit with an undercut going on. Wow, that is really prominent looking. Shows up very well. Nicely cut. And upstairs, we've got just a lot of threading, and that's the springs were actually hanging up on some of those threads. And it was keeping 1 and even 4, actually, which is a double spring. They're twined together. It was keeping that quite compressed. So there's our key pin for 1. And our key pin for 2. And we've got standard on 3. Check out this guy. Some really neat work there on 4. Don't want to get into oversetting him. And our 5, that's our almost barbell looking guy. I mean, that's a very deep cut. You got a long way to go to get to it. But man, if you get to that, you're going to be pretty stuck. And he is matched with a spool as driver 5. And now this guy's interesting. So this is one of the ones Charlie talked about flipping, but to be careful because it would fall into the construction hole if you did flip it. And so there we can see. And it looks like it was a pin and pin. I did not drop anything, though, and nothing else came out. So I'm going to have to go back and check Fast Charlie's video on this and see if this actually came out for him as a pin and pin. It's just sort of interesting that it's hollow that way. So there's a tip now, and I wasn't sure if maybe it was designed to interlock or something with that guy. And here's our driver on 3. It's not quite focusing there, but some really nice serration work there on 3. It's a very cool pin there, LateNightLockPicker. I like that one. And so this is one of the other ones. This came out with our shear line down here, but this is one of the other ones Charlie was talking about. You could flip it, but just to be careful because it would get caught in the construction hole. So that's why we don't want to pick it counterclockwise. And there's our 1. Really nice, good serrations there too. But I'm going to come back. Man, I don't know what it is. I like that. That's a neat looking guy. I like that pin a lot. May have to try to stick that pin in the memory hole and see if I can duplicate something similar. Guys, get some really fine cuts on some of these. I guess I just maybe need to try some different cutting blades and things to get some of these finer cuts. I tend to get things that come out a good bit larger. I can do some small work, but getting these really clean little serrations are a little bit more difficult for me. Anyway, so there we go, guys. A late night lock pick of Late Night Lock Picker's Bumpy Road Challenge Lock. So, all right, I am going to bed. Have a good night, guys.